I keep thinking about the sailors on the USS Lincoln and how that is not only horrific for them, if all the reports are true, but how it impacts our safety. And so, y'all may have heard of this and maybe you haven't, but let me show you. It's called Maslow's hierarchy of self actualization. So, here's the photo of it. I talk about this in my Sacred Shift community, and it really does make sense because I have had moments in my life where I was at the bottom of the pyramid. Here's how it works. At the bottom of the pyramid are your physiological needs, okay? You have to have air, food, water, sleep in order to physically survive. If you are deprived of any of those, you are not going to go to any of the other levels. That is basic. And from all reports, that's where these sailors are at. Lack of food, like lack of healthy anything. How are they going to be able to defend us if something happens? They are stationed in the Middle East. But this is really for anybody. But I keep focusing on them. And I just keep thinking about everyone who is struggling because of so much manufactured chaos. So, okay, physiological needs. If those are met for you, then you look at your safety needs. Are you protected from danger? Like, do you have a roof over your head? You know, are you living in a place where you don't have to fear about people breaking in and hurting you? Do you have financial stability? Do you have good health? Okay, so if you've got that covered where your safety needs are being met, then you can go to the next level. Okay, but how many people are at that level where they don't have their safety needs met? Okay, let's talk about the next level, love and belonging. This is having a support group. So it could be friends, it could be romantic partners, it could be family. You know, I think about so many people that are alone. You know, maybe they've lost their parents, they don't have siblings, they don't have a spouse, they're struggling to make connection. I mean, COVID really did a number on people, and it's hard to make connections. So that's something important to work on because otherwise you can't get to the next level, which is esteem. That's your self-respect. That's your self-confidence. And what that means is you are able to make healthy, clear-headed decisions that are not based in fear. Because all the three categories below, the three levels before, create a lot of fear. Let me show you the picture again. Now, if all four of those levels are being met, then you can work on what's called self-actualizing. This is where you understand that you have a unique talent, that you are here as a human being to do something special. Every human being has a purpose and something to give to the world. So you're working on reaching your potential and your self-fulfillment. This is where I do a lot of work to help people. But there's a lot of work that has to be done at the other levels. So if you are struggling with like the first two levels of the pyramid, what can you do? You know, and this is going to be unique to everybody. It's not like I can give you, you know, a checklist because everybody is unique. Everybody lives in different locations. You have different skills, different situations. But here's the thing with that first level, the physiological needs, where you need air, food, water, sleep in order to physically survive. Are you in a safe place? Can you grow your own food? Can you collect water? You know, things like that. And I hear a lot of people saying, well, Allie, I can't move and I can't do this. You can do whatever you want. You can. It may take a little, innovation, depending on your finances, but don't ever tell yourself that you can't do something. Okay? You can do something. So once you get that physiological needs secured, then you can go to safety where you're protected from danger. You have financial stability, you have good health. Now, protecting yourself from danger, do your best to stay away from dangerous situations. I know that there's a lot of people who are being targeted by the government. What can you do to feel safe? Does that actually mean moving to another country? Like, start thinking like that. What do you need? Because this is your life. You are entitled to live a life free of fear. So if that means that you need to leave where you are living so that you can live without fear, go for it. Go for it. What do you need for financial stability? I've had a lot of income instability. Even as an attorney, attorneys don't have stable income. Far from it. Get creative. There were a couple of years that I did elderly assistance work. That was by far some of the best work I've ever done. I had a blast at it, but I needed to fill an income gap. What can you do? There's always something that you can do, okay? Start thinking about what you can do that is in your control. And that's how you solidify the needs in that level. Then you can start working on relationships, because it's really hard to have healthy relationships when those first two levels are not secure. And if you get to that third level, get rid of the people who are negative in your life and toxic in your life and don't support you. Why would you spend your time with them? You will feel much better about being surrounded by people who are supportive. And then you're going to be at the fourth level where you're going to have good self-esteem, good confidence. You're not going to be making decisions out of fear. And then you will discover what your potential is, what your talents are. And that's the top level. You see how that works? So just give it some thought, because this is the world that we're in right now. And everybody deserves to live without fear, to be safe, and to thrive. And that's a hill that I will die on.